Entering grades is really straightforward in grades. There are two main ways of doing it. You can either go grade item by grade item, or we can do a spreadsheet view. So let's take a look at the grade item by grade item first. Here we have those assignments that we set up. We've got our assignment, we have our discussion, and they're right here. And if I wanted to enter my assignment first, I can come in here. And remember, these are all set up according to category. So if I wanted to enter the KU mark, just the KU mark, I could come in and I could say enter grades, and this will load up. And here I'll have all my students and I can plunk their marks in here. We have a 9, we have an 8, we have a 7, we have a 6, and so on and so forth. You know what? Mafuza didn't do this. She hasn't done it yet, so we're going to leave this blank. And Zelia has a really good excuse for why she couldn't do this. We're going to exempt her. So you see we have these buttons up here. If I wanted to exempt Zelia, I click the box beside her name, click exempt, and now this assignment is exempt. This is going to count as a no mark because we've got that set up in our grade setup as no mark. If we had this set up as treated as a 0, then not entering a mark would make this a 0. So once we have our column done, we're going to save and close. We select yes, and then we can move on to the next grade item. And that's how we do it grade item by grade item. If we want to, though, and have a more traditional spreadsheet view, we can click on switch to spreadsheet view, and that will bring up clickable fields where we can just drop the items directly in here. So if I know on this discussion, we have a 7 and we have an 8, I can plunk these in. Most importantly, though, if I click away from this screen, none of this hard work is going to be saved. I have to click save first. And now I've saved those marks. And I'm going to show you one more trick that I love because it helps entering, if we're entering across categories or across strands using this system. Sometimes it can be challenging to keep track of which column is which, especially if I've got a whole course already loaded in here. So to make things easier on myself, I can come up to more actions, select hide show columns, and let's say I just want to work on this assignment, this media analysis paper. I'm going to unclick my discussion, and I'm going to just make sure that the media analysis paper is clicked. And by clicking save here, we'll refresh the screen, and now you can see I only have my awesome assignment here that I can just quickly tab through. In fact, I can go one deeper. Let's do one more. More actions, hide. Let's hide. Let's get everything off. And I just want to show this. I don't even want the subtotal. I'm just going to do super speedy mark entry, highlighting just those 4. We'll refresh, and then you see that they're side by side. So now if I've got my rubric marks in front of me, I can go, Chelsea had a 9 here. I tab over to my space. She got an 8 on thinking. I tab over to my space, a 9 on communication. I tab over to my space, and a 10 on application. So this makes mark entry a lot faster if you're using this manual entry method. Remember, at the end of it, you need to select save or else none of this will take. We hit save and we can see our updated marks right here. So that's how we enter marks manually in grades.